G'day guys, Micey here again. I just wanted to do a quick video. There's been some comments made on Facebook and YouTube about camping gear and what do you use, what do you pick. There's some guys doing solo camping, weekends, whole week. What do you take? You know, tents, sleeping bags, air mattresses, pillows. Do I go lightweight? What is the cost? You know, all those things that you have to weigh up. So just wanted to do a quick review on what I've got. So we'll go over to the old EDX here and we'll just go through, obviously Krieger gear. So anyway, we'll just go through the stuff that I have. Now the reason I picked the stuff that I have, because it's lightweight and it packs down really small. So we'll just chuck the gear out here on the ground. Got air mattresses, got tents, sleeping bags, all sorts of crap. So the other thing is, well, the reason I got the tent I did, because it's a cycle tent. Now what that means is it's nice and light and the pegs are only 300 mil. Now if you go to a normal tent, there's one on the other side, so basically two small bags that can hook up, and tent poles are really short, 300 mils, and they pack down really easy onto the side of your bike. And because it's a cycle tent, and what I mean by a cycle tent, people who ride pushies. And so anyway, I'll put this camera down. I'm just filming in the backyard here because it's really windy today, and it's about 50 k's an hour. So I've just got some of the gear here, and we'll go through each one, tell you about it, why I did it. So I'll just pause for a second and I'll get this tent out and we'll have a look. Alright guys, back again. Now I'll just go through each item and then show you what I mean. So what I did was buy a Ferro Down sleeping bag. Now a down sleeping bag. The reason I did that was, one, it packs down really small, and it's lightweight. Everything is lightweight, and the reason why I've chosen a lot of lightweight stuff, you know, when you go on adventure bike rides and you're packing 10, 20, 30 kilos, that's a lot of weight. And if you do a lot of off-road riding, you know exactly what I mean. As soon as the conditions get a bit slippery, you know, you have a rainfall, it gets muddy, and it's a lot more harder to control your bike with 20, 30 kilos more on your bike. So if you can cut that down by, you know, 5, 10, 20 kilos, and if you pack it smaller, you can have a lot more luxury goods on your bike. So what I picked was a -10. As you can see, it only weighs a kilo, and if you look at my hand there, it's really small. The reason I went for a -10 instead of cooler is in summer it's about perfect, and if it gets cooler overnight, it's not too bad where you're not too cold either. And what I do with that is I use a sleeping bag liner. Now the reason I use a sleeping bag liner is you don't have to wash your sleeping bag as often. Now if you're sleeping in it in hot conditions, you're getting a bit hot in bed, a bit sweaty. That means you'll be cleaning your sleeping bag a lot more often. So liner, you can just finish your weekend away, a week, whatever it is, chuck it in the wash and you're good to go again. The good thing about the reason I chose a -10, the sleeping bag liners, you can get them in all different temperatures. This is a Coolmax one, which is the lightest. You get a medium weight, you can also get a heavyweight one. So that means your -10 will then go down to a -15, -20 because you have a sleeping bag liner. and they come in different weights, so it's a lot better for that. Secondly, got an air mattress, and I'll put these up and I'll show you what they look like. So this is an air mattress too, lightweight, small, even a lot smaller than a sleeping bag. You know, you want to be comfortable when you're away, so get a small air mattress, and a lot of these items are not very expensive. You know, some of them are under $100, some of them are a little bit more. Once you buy them, they're good to go for a long time, and I'll put them up and I'll show you what they're like. Also, pull-up pillow to go on top of your mattress and your sleeping bag. This is a blow-up mattress. It's also a down, so it's got a down fleece on one side to make it a little bit more comfortable, and being a blow-up pillow, you can set it to exactly how you want it. Also, lightweight chair. Now when you're out camping, you want to have a lightweight chair to sit on, a little bit more comfortable. This one again, packed size, it's lightweight, but interesting, will actually take up to 120 kilos on this model, which is plenty enough for most people. Now, getting onto the tent, I've just pulled this out of the two, as you can see, the two side pockets on the side. One either side will take the whole tent. One side you'll have the bottom of the tent, poles. On the other side you'll have the fly and the pegs. And when I talk about the poles, these are the poles. They're only 300 mils long instead of 450, 500 like most other tents. So it makes it really easy to pack things down. And it's the way to go for me. So that's for the reason why. And all this stuff is all lightweight. So what I'm going to do now is I'll put this stuff up and we'll see what it looks like. And all this packs into one OS 18 litre, and that means you can pack it really light again. So anyway, I'll set all this up and we'll see what it looks like. So there you have it, guys, all set up. You know, that only took 15 minutes. So again, the reason I picked all this lightweight stuff again, so if you're on your bike, packed all up, loaded for the weekend, you want to be as light as possible. Yes, some of this stuff does cost a little bit more than your standard tent, your standard sleeping bag, but the benefit is long term. You only have to buy this stuff once, you know, and it lasts so long. So it's light, it's packable, a lot easier. So this tent is the Sea to Summit Talos TR2, which means it's a two-person, but it's really lightweight, guys. Show you inside. So that's my setup. Got my blow-up pillow there, got my mattress, which is 100 millimeters thick. It's also an insulated air mattress, which is 3.2 R rating. Now over in places like America, that could be up to 15. I don't know the conversion between how you calculate the R rating, but where I am, we calculate it at 3.2, which is pretty good R rating. They do them up to over 6 R rating. So if you're in a colder climate, you put the tent on the ground, you don't want that damp moisture coming up through your tent and you've got an uncomfortable sleep. So that's my tent there. Got the pillow, got the mattress, sleeping bag. Good thing about this one as well, I've got the ground sheet, which also stops the moisture and dampness coming through. Also comes out the front, so you can put all your gear outside, especially if it's raining. You can put your boots out there. And also being a two-person, well, I know it's a two-person, but you know, us bikers generally only go with one of us, but there's plenty of room there in there for two. Good thing about this tent as well, it has a cover out both sides and it has two doors. So if you've got two people in the tent and someone wants to get up throughout the night for something, they're not rolling over you, waking you up, they can just unzip both sides. Or just for you, if you've got all your gear on one side and you want to get out the other side. So if we come around here, same on that side. Now the good thing about this tent as well, see how I've wound the fly up. So if you're in summer weather and it's really hot and it's not going to rain and you want heaps of ventilation, you can just wind the fly up, and it's got little clips on the top. You can also do it with this end. If you come down here where these clips are, they're very easy to take off. You roll it up and the top just stays on. It's secured with a center pole. So if you go underneath here, it's just got a center pole, clips on the end, and you can roll them up. And then if it looks like it's going to rain halfway through the night, you can just get up, roll it down, 30-second job. So there's just so many benefits with this type of tent. One, lightweight. Poles are short, 300 millimeters. Construction, really sturdy. Got so many options to roll the fly up. You've got 2 doors. All in all, a really good biker's tent. Now, good thing about this too, these are all crossovers. You know, push bike guys use them because they're nice and light. Guys on motorbikes. I do hiking as well and hunting. So I just spent 4 weeks over in New Zealand going hunting. You just take this tent with you. And if you're going through an airport, it's lightweight. You know, some airlines only allow you to have 23 kilos. Others are 30 kilos. Some of them are a bit more. But if you've got all this camping gear weighted up, you're going to blow through your 23 kilos pretty quick. Lightweight chair. Again, pretty comfortable to have a nice sit down chair. Again, this takes 120 kilos. You wouldn't think so by looking at it. I didn't like the colour of it. It was like a greeny, very bright, and I do hunting. So I just got a can of spray paint and just took the gloss off it. I think it looks pretty cool. So yeah, that's my tent setup for motorcycling. I like it. I've had this one probably only 12 months. I've probably used it half a dozen times and works really well. Setup is really easy, just like a normal tent. Chuck it on the ground, peg it down, put your poles up, and all the poles are all in one. And what I mean by that, you don't individually put them together, they just spring out, and it's really quick. You could probably set this tent up in 5 minutes. Now the good thing too, it's freestanding. Now what that means is you don't have to peg down the floor. Once you put down the internal down on the poles, you can pretty much move this tent around as one full tent. So that's another good option. So that's basically my setup. Very comfortable, and you would think 100mm air mattress would not be enough. I mean, I sleep on my side, and if I've got this blowing up, I do not touch the ground, and it's pretty comfortable. There's several different sizes. I got the regular size, which is about 1.9 meters by about 600 wide. You can, and this is slightly tapered, you can get them straight if you want a little bit more room, or they do an oversized one which will go up to 2 meters and like 700 wide. So there's a whole lot of different sizes for your mattresses. I think there's about 4 or 5 different sizes, but obviously a lot of this stuff is, as you go up in size, the weight goes up. So for instance, I'll just get a couple of notes here because I don't want to give you guys the wrong information. So let's have a look. The mattress, yeah, 1.9 by 0.55, 3.2 R rating, 100 millimeters or 10 centimeters thick. You know, I paid just over $100 for it. You can get different sizes. So sleeping bag, -10, only weighs a kilo. It's got 550 gram fill. You can get them lighter than a kilo. Some of them go down to 800 grams. Down to like, so the air mattress is only 490 grams, and as you go up, it'll go up to 500 and 600 grams, which is only half a kilo. Now that doesn't sound a lot, but you add up all of these things on your bike, plus your bike, and depending on your bike, you know, the DDX is 200 kilos. Weight that down with going away for the weekend, you've probably got another 15-20 kilos on top of that. And if you do some off-road riding, all of a sudden it starts raining, ground gets muddy, gets slick, and you know what that clay is like. It's like ice. So pretty likely you're going to come off your bike. And if you're picking that thing up off the ground 2-3 times in a day, maybe more, depending on your riding skill, it's going to sap a lot of energy. And I'm not really into losing a lot of energy for something that I don't have to. So there you go. That's my setup. Talos TR2, down sleeping bag, -10, air mattress, 100mm, got an R rating of 3.2. Then I've got the down pillow as well, lightweight chair, and also I've got the ground sheet underneath the Talos Cedar Summit TR2. Now I'm not sponsored or paid by any of these guys, so when I was doing my research I looked at everything, and you can get cheap tents, absolutely, but then the poles are long, the tent's heavier, and all those other things. You know, you get a normal sleeping bag, like a synthetic sleeping bag, they are huge. They're about twice or 3 times the size of a down bag, and trying to pack that on a motorbike, it's near impossible. You can do it, but... So again guys, that's my setup. Leave in the comments what you guys are using, and we'll start a bit of a conversation on what guys are using out there around the world. Doesn't matter whether you're in Europe, UK, United States, Australia, doesn't matter where you are. Everyone's got a different sort of setup and different products that they can buy locally. Hey, put some comments down, see what people are using. If you think that this is going to help someone, pull the trigger on what their products, they're waiting to see, oh, what is the perfect setup? There's no perfect setup, there's always a compromise. But if you can afford to go a little bit better for your intended use, whether you're camping up in the hills, whether you're going motorbike riding, just general camping, write down in the comments, tell us what you're using, and give other people some ideas. Share this video if it's going to help someone. If not, that's fine, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks guys.